What if your body's own hidden viruses were quietly turning against you during a pandemic? Let me tell you about a study that's blowing up the medical world with a wild new theory. Severe COVID-19 might not just be about the coronavirus itself, it could be a wake-up call for viruses we've all been carrying around for years. Imagine your immune system getting so overwhelmed by SARS-CoV-2 that it accidentally lets other viruses out of their hiding places. This isn't just a medical discovery, it's a reminder that our bodies are far more complex than we ever imagined. And honestly, the more I think about it, the more I realize how little we actually know about the invisible battles happening inside us every single day. Here's the thing. This study tracked over 1,000 hospitalized patients and found 11 different viruses reactivating within 40 days of infection. Think about that. Herpes viruses like Epstein-Barr and Cytomegalovirus, which most of us have been carrying silently for years, suddenly decide to throw a party in our cells. What makes this really interesting is that these aren't just random viruses, they're linked to long-term issues like long COVID and physical disability. But here's the kicker. The researchers didn't prove these viruses caused those problems, they just found a correlation. And that's where the real intrigue lies. Are we looking at a domino effect where the immune system's chaos triggers secondary villains, or is this just a coincidence dressed up as a breakthrough? It's like trying to solve a murder mystery where the suspect has an alibi, but everyone's convinced they did it. Let's talk about Anelloviridae, this family of viruses that's basically the ghost of the viral world. Most adults carry them, but they're considered harmless. Yet this study suggests they might be tied to long-term disability. Personally, I think this is the most fascinating part because it challenges the entire idea that some viruses are benign. What if these so-called harmless guests in our cells are actually waiting for the perfect moment to cause trouble? And if that's true, what other viruses are we ignoring in our quest to fight the big, obvious threats? It's like we've been focused on the fire, but maybe the real danger was the smoke we didn't notice. The researchers themselves are careful to say this is just the beginning. Dr. Ofer Levi, one of the lead scientists, admits they're stunned by how much viral reactivation is tied to disease severity. But here's the catch. This study only looked at hospitalized patients with severe cases. What about the millions with mild or moderate infections? Are they also hosting these viral revolts? And if so, why aren't we seeing the same outcomes? This raises a deeper question. Is there a threshold of immune stress that triggers these reactivations, or is it completely random? It's like asking if a storm only hits certain cities, what makes some people more vulnerable than others? Let's not forget the elephant in the room. This study doesn't prove causation. As one of the researchers put it, they're not saying these viruses cause long COVID, they're just showing up at the same time. But what if that's exactly what's happening? What if the immune system's response to SARS-CoV-2 is creating a perfect storm where other viruses get a free pass to multiply? It's a terrifying thought, but also a thrilling one. This could completely change how we approach long-term recovery, diagnostics, and even prevention strategies. And yet, the bigger picture is this. We are still in the early days of understanding how viruses interact with each other in the human body. What this really suggests is that the next big medical breakthrough might not come from fighting one virus, but from understanding the entire ecosystem of pathogens we live with every day. So, what do you think? Are we just scratching the surface of a much larger puzzle, or is this the tip of the iceberg? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on this mind-bending discovery.